What's up YouTube? Welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be explaining Matrix Revolutions, the third Matrix movie. And Matrix Revolutions is pretty much so convoluted, it's as if the second Matrix movie had a baby with Inception. That's how convoluted Matrix Revolutions is, but we're going to try to explain it in this video in a timely fashion, and we'll see how well I can do. So in the beginning of the movie, Neo is trapped in a train station between the Matrix and the real world. He talks to this little girl and meets her father and mother, and Neo learns that they are all programs, and the programs seem to be capable of love, and then Neo is like, isn't love a human emotion? And then the program is like, love is a word, and then blah 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 stuff about machine programs having feelings or whatever. And then this guy called like the conductor or the train man or something really stupid like that has to let people on to the train to get them back into the Matrix. So he lets the program family board the train, and then he won't let Neo onto the train, and Neo tries to like push his way onto the train, but then he just ends up getting thrown against a brick wall, and then he can't get on the train. Meanwhile, Morpheus and Trinity are in Zion arguing with Commander Locke about taking the Nebuchadnezzar to go back to the Matrix again so they can rescue Neo. And then Locke is like, no way, we need all our ships to even stand a chance against the machines. They're drilling closer and closer to Zion. We need all our ships. And then yet again, Morpheus and Trinity just decide to yeet the situation and take the Nebuchadnezzar with the permission of the old commander guy that's Locke's superior. And then Trinity somehow busts into the train station and fights the conductor guy. And then she and Neo escape to the Matrix. I don't even really remember how it happened. It just... she gets into the train station and basically beats the conductor guy up. So, guess what happens next? They go, yet again, to talk to the Oracle. Neo asks the Oracle what's going to happen. The Oracle says there will be a great battle between you and Agent Smith that determines the fate of mankind, blah, blah, blah. Then Agent Smith and his duplicate surprise Neo and attack, and Neo gets away, and then the Oracle is starting to be assimilated by Agent Smith. But unlike all the others, the Oracle is turned into another Agent Smith with great difficulty, and then glitches start to occur in the Matrix as the Oracle is turned into an Agent Smith proxy. Meanwhile, the machines are drilling and have almost gotten through to Zion. Morpheus, Neo, and Trinity go back to the real world. So now at this point, everyone is back on Zion. And then this ship mysteriously goes offline, and a strange passenger is found as the sole survivor after an EMP goes off. It turns out to be Agent Smith, but he's in the real world, and I don't even know how the hell it happened. He just got into the physical world somehow. Agent Smith was in the Matrix, and now he's in the real world. I still don't get how it makes sense at all. It happened in the movie. I don't even know. It just happened. This was an extremely convoluted movie, so I'm just going to be doing the best I can. So the real life Agent Smith stabbed some doctor woman when she's trying to give him medical attention, and then he runs away and becomes a stowaway on the Nebuchadnezzar, and the machines are like about to get through to Zion, and then Neo and Trinity want to go onto a mission to go to the machine city, and then Commander Locke is like, that's a suicide mission, no way you're going. And then Niobe is like, you can use my ship. And Commander Locke is like, are you illiterate? No one's made it within 10 miles of the machine city. How do you expect to survive this? And then Neo and Trinity board the ship anyway and leave. So after that happens, the first drill gets through, and all these squiddies come down like bats out of hell, and there's just all these squiddies everywhere, and there's like squiddies as far as the eye can see, and then these guys come out with like these Gatling guns attached to these like Pacific Rim looking style robots, and then they're just shooting bullets for like minutes in the movie, and they're just shooting and shooting and shooting. And then they destroy a lot of the squiddies, but there's just too many squiddies and they keep coming. And then this guy runs out of ammo, and then the boy that Neo saved from the Matrix like loads the suit with ammo while like these guys with zap cannons are like shooting the squiddies out of the air. Anyway, the guy in the suit gets overwhelmed by squiddies, and he's like painfully sliced to shreds over and over again, and there's all this blood, and he's like sliced everywhere, and it's like his face is disfigured, and it's honestly kind of disgusting, but it just shows how terrible it is to like die by getting clawed to death by squiddies. And that's like the first time you see a squiddy actually kill someone in the Matrix movies. Anyway, meanwhile, Link's wife, and Link by the way, is the guy who works on the Nebuchadnezzar in the previous two movies. He like does stuff to help them get out of the Matrix, but he's always on the ship and he doesn't ever go to the Matrix, but he's like helping them from the outside and like can give them instructions in the Matrix and like help them escape the Matrix when they need to. And then this other girl and Link's wife are shooting these mortar shells at the drills or something like that. Anyway, Link's wife barely survives, and then the other girl is sliced to death by a squiddy, which is gruesome. And then, it's like, this shows like the price of war, horrible cost to the human machine war, blah blah. But it's not a main character anyway, so who cares? So the guy Neo saved gets into the robot suit and closes a door or something so more squiddies can't get in. Although there's a momentary lull in the battle, more drills are getting through the sheetrock, and an unfathomable amount of sentinels are about to come pouring through. It seems like all is lost. Meanwhile, Agent Smith is on the ship and surprise attacks Neo. In the fight, Neo is blinded by a zap cannon, and his eyes are literally seared off. So it's like, and then he's like shot in the face, and like over here and over here, like he has no eyes. It's just like burned off, and it's pretty disgusting. Anyway, so somehow Neo can see in this weird like infrared heat-seeking vision, and he sees everything in yellow even though his eyes have been literally burned off by this laser thing. And we're like, how is this possible? The world may never know. Keep in mind, he's in the real world, not the Matrix, so he can't manipulate the real world like he can in the Matrix, and we still don't know why he can see anything after his eyes are burned off. It's a mystery. So he kills Agent Smith, who thinks he's still blind, and he's able to get near enough to Agent Smith and then disarm him and then kill the Agent Smith that's in the real world. Now Trinity has to fly the ship all the way to the Machine City. Squiddies attack the ship, and then Neo sees them in like this yellow infrared vision, and he focuses, and somehow like mentally he like through telekinesis he's like, and then it goes, and all these squiddies start exploding, and he somehow like through mental will or like telekinesis or something, he's destroying squiddies in the real world. He's not even in the Matrix, and somehow he's able to destroy machines with his mind, and we have no idea how he's able to do this. But anyway, still there's so many squiddies that they overwhelm the ship, and it crash lands into a tower which was constructed by the machines. And Trinity is impaled by this sharp metal rod that like goes right through her chest, and it's a pretty bad way to die. And she's like moments away from death, and then after Neo says his final goodbyes to Trinity, he knows what he has to do. So he requests the machines to take him to their leader, and a group of machines forms a face and talks to Neo, and Neo says he can end the problem with Agent Smith before he takes over the Matrix. It is agreed that Zion will be left alone if Neo can defeat Agent Smith and stop him from taking control of the Matrix, basically. And then a machine plugs Neo into the Matrix, and now we're back in the Matrix. It's pouring rain in a place that looks like New York City. There are Agent Smiths as far as the eye can see, and Neo walks forward to face them. A battle ensues, which involves flying, martial arts, throwing stuff, and it takes about 4 times as long as any battle I've seen in any Matrix movie. After Neo corners Agent Smith, he allows Agent Smith to reach inside his chest to assimilate him, and it seems to work, and Neo is turned into an agent for a moment. But then suddenly a glow emanates from Neo, who was just turned into the form of Agent Smith. And then all the Agent Smiths start to glow and implode, and there's this explosion of dazzling white light. And then Neo has died in the Matrix, therefore his brain should be dead, but for a few moments Neo is able to see the same yellow light and see around in the real world, and he sees these machines carry him off in almost this funeral procession, and it seems that the machines have a respect for Neo for some reason. So apparently Neo dies in the real world, and we see Squiddies, all of them retreat and they're flying off, and everyone thinks it's a miracle that all the Squiddies left them. And then the people that believe in Neo are like, oh my god, Neo saved us. The chosen one has done it and all that stuff. So then it cuts to this beautiful sunset within a place in the Matrix. And then the Oracle, who is apparently freed after Agent Smith dies, is speaking to the architect. And the architect and the Oracle says, how long do you think this peace will last? And then the Oracle says, I hope it lasts as long as it can, and then the movie ends. But there's still a lot we don't know in this movie, and it's probably the most confusing Matrix movie, which is saying a lot. So we don't know why Neo can blow up the Sentinels with his mind. We don't know how after Neo has his eyes burned off in the real world, how he can see. Did he die in the real world? Or did he die in the Matrix? We don't really know. Was Neo a savior or a chosen one, or was he just another anomaly within the Matrix? Was Neo supernatural or just a man like any other with extreme faith and bold choices? Was the Oracle, which we know to be a program in the Matrix, another system of control? Was the Oracle's whole point to get Neo to destroy Agent Smith before he grew too big to contain? Was Neo just used as a pawn to keep the architect in control? And finally, how long will the peace last between the machines and the humans in Zion? And will the machines gather to destroy Zion again? And all of this, hopefully, we'll be able to find out some of that when Matrix 4 comes out. Thank you for watching this video, and remember to like and subscribe.